This is your Hdsr Sports Report, the Victor Valley's only weekly action highlights sports program, covering our area's schools, teams, athletes, and sporting events. Oak Hills gets a pair of rushing touchdowns from Shaylon Young and holds off powerful Citrus Valley 24-19 for the Bulldogs' fourth win in a row. Diego Lopez threw a 25-yard touchdown pass to Maurice Parker, and the senior quarterback scored on a 12-yard run. John Swain IV made a key interception, and Robert Metzger's defense fought off a Citrus Valley fourth-quarter comeback in a battle between two of the top-ranked teams in CIF Southern Section. Noah Sealy throws 5 first-half touchdown passes to 4 different receivers, as Apple Valley takes a 42-7 lead into halftime on their way to winning Bell Game 54, 63-20. A 71-yarder to Dominic Bechtel is followed by Jared Soria's 36-yard reception, then 13 yards to Caden Strubing. The first-half aerial assault concludes with Zyron Belcher's twisting reception, a 46-yard scoring play. Noah Sealy throws 6 TD passes on the night. The win is Apple Valley's 12th consecutive victory in the battle for the Bell. The Sun Devils had orchestrated a scoring drive on their game-opening possession. They initiate their plan of attack with back-to-back running plays. Xavier Salazar, the ball carrier, the 5'7", 150-pound senior, through sizable holes opened up by the O-line. The back-to-back carries good for 14 yards to the 34. When a penalty and a Jackrabbits tackle for a loss pose a second and long back at the 31, the razzle-dazzle play leaves this cameraman bewildered and confused. Noah Sealy hands off to Braden Cady, who lofts a high heave upfield, and Jovian Kokoski fights through the contact and makes the reception. The end zone camera follows the play better. The pass may not be a thing of beauty, but Jovian Kokosko's reception is good for 34 yards and a first down across midfield to the Jackrabbits' 35. 2 plays later, Noah Sealy to Dominic Bechtel. The 6'3", 204-pound junior tight end's grab gives the Sun Devils a first down at the 19. Noah Sealy to Jared Soria. Pickup of 5. Victor Valley's defense has not made this drive a walk in the park. Plays like this have slowed the Sun Devils' advance. 44 is Jeremiah Savavia, 6', 180-pound sophomore middle linebacker. From the 11, the Sun Devils break through when Zyron Belcher gets outside in a hurry, fights through a tackle at the 1, and bounds into the end zone. The drive has consumed half of the opening stanza. It is 7-0 with 6:09 showing in the first quarter. The second Sun Devils possession results in an 89-yard scoring drive. The touchdown comes on Noah Sealy's pass completion to a wide-open Dominic Bechtel, a play covering 71 yards. This has been one of the most successful plays in Apple Valley's playbook over the years. The tight end comes across the middle. In this case, Dominic Bechtel flat out flies past his nearest defender and sprints the distance untouched. 14-0, 3:33 remaining in quarter number 1. The Sun Devils get the ball right back on the Jovian Kokosko interception. Jovian Kokosko is a 5'11", 165-pound senior safety. The run back on the pick is to the 36. Noah Sealy immediately goes to the air. Jared Soria gets behind his defender, makes the catch, and tumbles into the end zone. Third touchdown in a 4-minute time span, 21-0. Jared Soria is 5'10", 180, a senior wide receiver. Like sharks smelling blood in the water, the Sun Devils pounce on the ensuing mishandled kickoff. consecutive carries by Aiden Sanchez, the 5'9", 220-pound senior power back, bring the ball to the 19. The 19-yard scoring pass to Dominic Bechtel is nullified, called back by a holding penalty. Undaunted, Noah Seeley sends favorite receiver Caden Strubing this way. The 6'2", 185-pound senior wide receiver makes the catch as he crosses the goal line, and Apple Valley closes out the first quarter with their fourth touchdown, 28-0, with 9 seconds remaining therein. Let's back things up to the outset. The Jackrabbits take the field through their spirit banner with the Great American Rivalry Series giant football in the background. Kyle Godfrey's Apple Valley Sun Devils enter behind somersaulting cheerleaders, greeted by a huge crowd that includes a large contingent of class of 1973 alumni celebrating their 50 years reunion. Pre-game activities include the teams lining up and players shaking hands in a display of good sportsmanship that has become a Bell game tradition. Coach Robert Kistner brings an undefeated team to Newton T-Bass Stadium. The Rabbits are 3-0 following victories over Montclair, Rialto, and 29 Palms. The Jackrabbits initiate their first scoring drive of the night when Kyron Harris fields the short kickoff following Apple Valley's fourth touchdown. Sophomore quarterback Robert Middlebrook shows what Desert Sky League opponents will have to contend with when they play the Jackrabbits. The pass completions to Nicholas Blocker take the Rabbits deep into Sun Devils territory. This is the last play of the first quarter. It takes a clutch pitch from Robert Middlebrook to sustain the drive. It is 4th and 12 at the 28. Nicholas Blocker with the catch to the 8. Nicholas Blocker, 5'7", 150-pound sophomore wide receiver. 3rd and goal at the 4. Robert Middlebrook hits Deshaun Clark on the slant. Touchdown, Jackrabbits. This is the first of 3 Robert Middlebrook scoring passes on the night. It will be Apple Valley's senior quarterback Noah Seeley who is named Player of the Game in the Great American Rivalry Series. Here's a closer look at his last scoring pass of the first half. It's Sun Devils on the Rabbits' 46. The 5'11", 190-pound senior sets up, buys time rolling to his left, time that allows Zyron Belcher to race past his defender and make a very difficult catch. Having rushed for the game's first touchdown, then this TD reception, the senior running back is asked if he thought he was in for a big night coming in.
Did you feel like you might have a big night coming in?
No, not really, but I expected to, do big plays and help out the team, and that's what I'm doing.
Tell us about that last touchdown. You made some incredible catches.
Mm-hmm. So I see my QB scramble, I try to help him out, I roll out, and then I made a play.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Keep it going. Thanks,
Thank you.
Ron.
Yep, no problem.
No problem finding a number of other outstanding plays making our highlights reel. This Noah Seeley to Zyron Belcher scoring play is a precursor to their 46-yard touchdown collaboration. It covers 23 yards and gives the Sun Devils the lead 35-7. Noah Seeley's 6 touchdown passes contribute in large part to his being named Player of the Game for the United States Marine Corps' Great American Rivalry Series. Second-year Jackrabbits coach Robert Kistner has to be pleased with the progress his underclassmen-laden squad is making. Defenders making the highlights reel include Ben Munoz, 8, 5'9", 170-pound junior strong safety. Tacklers in on this play include Davion Norrington, 5, and Hezekiah Jenkins, 4, both seniors. 14 is Taekwon Walker, a sophomore free safety. The Rabbits have their quarterback of the future in sophomore Robert Middlebrook, who led his team to 3 straight early season victories and has Victor Valley emerging a strong contender for the Desert Sky League title. The receiver is senior leader Kyron Harris, who received a scholarship from the Marine Corps in pregame ceremonies. This warm 9th of September edition of Friday Night Lights rings with noteworthy ceremonies. The Marine Corps Great American Rivalry Series Scholarship recipients are Rudy Carrillo of Apple Valley and Victor Valley's Kyron Harris. At halftime, former Sun Devils head football coach Frank Police is honored. He receives a personalized throwback jersey with number 33, commemorating the number of years the recently retired advocate of Sun Devils Pride is Contagious served as a teacher, coach, and administrator at Apple Valley High School. Sultana falls to 2-2, dropping a 15-13 decision to La Quinta. Jacob Higgs accounts for both Sultana touchdowns. Hesperia goes to 4-0, blowing out El Toloma 47-0. Scorpions' best start of the Casey Goodnow era. Anthony Lopez, 3 TD passes. Daylon Williams, 2 touchdowns, giving the sophomore running back 7 TDs on the year. Serrano lost at Shadow Hills 19-16. Junior running back Trevor McSween scored the 2 Diamondbacks touchdowns. Serrano has a Thursday game next, hosting winless Palm Desert. Dimitri Curiel hiked his tops in the area TD total to 11, with 4 touchdowns in Barstow's 56-6 blowout of Chaffee. Dwayne Williams, 2 TD passes and a rushing touchdown for Clay Lillamana's Aztecs, who improved to 3-1. Burroughs lost at Bishop Union 36-26 in their best offensive game of the season. The Burroughs search for win number 1 when they host Barstow next. Cameron Smith ran his touchdown total for the year to 10 with 6 TDs in Granite Hill's 63-21 win at Yucca Valley. Alex Gonzalez's Cougars go to 3-1. Silverado's highest scoring game to date fell short in the Hawks' 39-20 setback to Summit. Silverado hosts the undefeated Hesperia Scorpions Thursday. Adelanto dropped their 3rd in a row, falling 50-22 at Ontario Christian. The Saints have 2-2 Hemet at home next. Hesperia Christian wins their 2nd in a row, shutting out Desert Christian. Caleb Auday's 3 TDs come on 2 pass receptions from Nathaniel Renner and a fumble recovery in the end zone. The Patriots' defense was led by Roderick Taylor, 42, who registered 2 sacks and 5 tackles for a loss, among his team-high 10 tackles. The 5'4", 135-pound defensive end, a junior, has 9 sacks in the defending CIF 8-man champions, Patriots' first 3 games. Hesperia Christian is ranked number 4 in the state among 8-man teams and number 2 among CIF Southern Section teams. Silverwood presents this online sports report. The developers of Silverwood, building for the future, saluting headline makers of the past, recognizing and supporting our area's teams and athletes of today.
Congratulations on your first win.
Your High Desert Sports Report is brought to you by Down Home Grill in Victorville on the corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Road. Bid fast and last, sold on supporting High Desert Sports. The Bradco Companies, supporting all of the teams and sports programs throughout the Mojave River Valley. Iwanzak Law Firm, trial lawyers for serious problems. Valu Quality Truck Body. Valu manufactures state-of-the-art truck bodies for the construction industry nationwide. We Got 'em Tees, your headquarters for custom screen printing and mastercraft embroidery design. Silverwood, the developers of the Silverwood Master Planned Community, support the teams, athletes, and sports programs of all our High Desert and Mojave River Valley schools. And by the Holiday Inn in Victorville. The Holiday Inn, Conference and Convention Center for the High Desert. The Holiday Inn, supporting the teams, schools, and sports programs throughout the Victor Valley. Terry Kurtz here, inviting you to join us on Terry Kurtz Online, the half-hour report on High Desert and Mojave River Valley events and activities, entertainment, and history. It shows 3 times daily at 7:30 and 11:30 mornings and 4:30 in the afternoon, right here on Victor Valley TV, immediately following your High Desert Sports Report. It's the most informative and entertaining half-hour of High Desert television today. What have we learned from high school football 4 weeks in? Our first 2 observations may surprise many observers. The Victor Valley Jackrabbits are back. Robert Kistner's rebuilding program is into only its 2nd year, but the Rabbits have proven themselves greatly improved. They began the season with 3 straight victories, and their resilience against Apple Valley in the Bell game brings them to the point that they are emerging favorites to contend for the Desert Sky League title. Sophomore quarterback Robert Middlebrook has improved with every game. He threw 3 scoring passes against Apple Valley, giving him 10 touchdown passes on the year. 10 of the Rabbits' 45-player roster are sophomores. 19 are juniors. A pivotal game for Victor Valley will be October 5th when they host Barstow in the Axe game. The 2023 Hesperia Scorpions are the school's best team of Casey Goodnow's 6-year tenure. Their success is based on a lockdown defense and the emergence of sophomore running back DeLon Williams. Both units, offense and defense, are anchored by returning all-league linemen Anthony Ruiz, 55, and Gavin Stolp, 71. The Scorpions' Monster Beast twins lead a defense that has recorded 3 shutouts, as the team has opened the season with an unprecedented 4 consecutive victories. 3 of those wins against Desert Sky League contenders Barstow, Adelanto, and Granite Hills. The Scorpions' next opponent, winless Silverado. That moves the Scorpions' first real test to the following week when they open Mojave River League play, hosting Oak Hills on Thursday, September 28th. Oak Hills is far and away the area's top team. Robert Metzger's Bulldogs boast the region's most explosive offense, featuring one of the top underclassmen running backs in the country in Carson Cox. The team's diverse and balanced offense is directed by senior quarterback Diego Lopez, who has completed 71% of his passes and thrown 8 TD passes. Tackle Pac Fano, 53, is the highest-rated offensive lineman around, ranked 3rd best in the state. The 6'5", 260-pound senior is a University of Washington commit. The Bulldogs' defense has held opponents to 10 points a game. Oak Hills has exceptional speed in the secondary, hard-hitting linebackers, and an experienced core of very large defensive linemen. Inland Empire scribes rank the Bulldogs number 1 among San Bernardino and Riverside County teams. Fox Sports ranks Oak Hills number 4 in the Inland Empire. Oak Hills completes their pre-league schedule with this week's game at St. Bonaventure in Ventura. Other games this week? Kyle Godfrey's Sun Devils will be the underdog when they journey to Upland, a 3-1 team that averages 32 points a game. Kickoff for Thursday's Silverado game hosting Hesperia is 7:30. T.C. Cleveland takes Jacob Higgs and company to La Cañada to take on the 3-1 St. Francis Golden Knights. Serrano has a Thursday game hosting Palm Desert. Casey Mahalchik's Diamondbacks seek their second win. Palm Desert arrives in Phelan winless in 4 games. Clay Lilimano's 3-1 Aztecs go to Ridgecrest to take on 0-4 Burrows. Barstow running back Dimitri Curiel's 11 touchdowns lead all area scorers. Alex Gonzalez hopes to make it 2 wins in a row when Granite Hills does battle against Norta Vista. The 7 o'clock Friday game is at Newton T. Bass Stadium in Apple Valley. The Cougars are 3-1. The Norta Vista Braves are 2-1. Adelanto seeks their second win when they host the Hemet Bulldogs. Rafael Perry's Saints are 1-3. Hemet is 2-2. Hesperia Christian hosts Vista Meridian Saturday. Alex Vanderwetty's Patriots are the reigning 8-man CIF champions. This online sports report presented by Valu Quality Truck Bodies, family-owned and operated since 1954. Valu manufactures state-of-the-art truck bodies for the construction industry nationwide. Valu Quality Truck Bodies, supporting teams, schools, and athletes throughout the Victor Valley.
Congratulations on your first win.
Your High Desert Sports Report is brought to you by Down Home Grill in Victorville on the corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Road. Bid fast and last, sold on supporting High Desert Sports. The Bradco Companies, supporting all of the teams and sports programs throughout the Mojave River Valley. Iwanzak Law Firm, trial lawyers for serious problems. Valu Quality Truck Body. Valu manufactures state-of-the-art truck bodies for the construction industry nationwide. We Got 'em Tees, your headquarters for custom screen printing and mastercraft embroidery design. Silverwood, the developers of the Silverwood Master Planned Community, support the teams, athletes, and sports programs of all our High Desert and Mojave River Valley schools. And by the Holiday Inn in Victorville. The Holiday Inn, Conference and Convention Center for the High Desert. The Holiday Inn, supporting the teams, schools, and sports programs throughout the Victor Valley. The Victor Valley College defense against the run was at its best in the Rams' home opener against Glendale. Coach David Slover's defense limited the visiting Vaqueros to 53 total yards rushing. But Victor Valley College could not dig themselves out of an early deficit. One turnover after another at the outset enabled Glendale to score 27 first-quarter points. The Rams would turn the ball over 8 times throughout. 2 of Glendale's first-quarter touchdowns are scored by their defense. The dominating Rams defense against the run is established from the start. Glendale's opening possession brings them into VVC's red zone. Leolofi Chan Wong slices in for the tackle for a loss. Leolofi Chan Wong is 5'9", 225, a sophomore linebacker and former Oak Hills Bulldog. Aaron Morrow, 8, stops the ball carrier in his tracks. Aaron Morrow is 6'3", 225, a sophomore defensive end and former Adelanto Saint. Aaron Morrow registers 6 tackles this game, 5 of them solo, 3 for a loss. Glendale goes for it on 4th down. Napoleon Toffa, 32, among the swarm of Rams, stopping the ball carrier short. The Rams take over on downs. But the first play of the team's turnover woes comes immediately on VVC's very first play from scrimmage. The ball goes airborne. The Vaqueros recover. 3 plays later, Glendale has a 7-0 lead. The Rams fumble the kickoff. Glendale recovers. The VVC defense does not allow this turnover to produce points. The 4th down pass is broken up when Glendale goes for it at the 30. The Rams take over on downs. This Rams' second possession has the quarterback Miguel Larios, the freshman and former Hesperia Scorpion. He connects with Deshaun Minor, who racks up yards after catch, carrying across midfield. Rams at Glendale's 36. Miguel Larios quickly to Omari McCullough. The 6'3", 185-pound sophomore out of Adelanto picks up 12 to the 24. before another stroke of self-destruction strikes. The Rams' running game unable to gain any traction. It's 3rd and 8 at the 19. The Glendale linebacker jumps the route instead of Victor Valley College cutting into the deficit with a scoring drive. The pick six puts the visitors on top 14-0. How could things get off to a more disastrous start? This is how. Glendale blocks the Rams' punt, converting this turnover into another touchdown and a 21-0 lead. The Rams' ensuing possession ends with yet another turnover, the pass interception, setting up Glendale's 4th touchdown in the first quarter. The Rams' positive takeaways from this game: they outscore Glendale 6-2 the second half after trailing 34-0 at halftime. Prandeep Mann, 9, is the team's tackles leader this game. The 5'10", 190-pound freshman defensive back registers 10 tackles, 6 are solo. He is from Ontario, Canada's Bishop Ryan Catholic Secondary School. This first half sack is courtesy of Joshua Lowe, a 6'5", 275-pound first-year Ram and former Hesperia Scorpion. Defensive playmakers leading the Rams' shutout of Glendale the second half include Aaron Morrow, making one of his 3 sacks.
Number 8, Aaron Morrow.
Elijah James tackles the punter for a loss after the punter bobbled the snap. There are offensive plays and playmakers making the highlights reel. The Rams moved the ball effectively on this sequence. Jalen Yancey, the pass from Landon Webster, back to back. Webster to Yancey, completions for another short gain. Jalen Yancey is a sophomore out of Adelanto. Landon Webster to Amari McCullough for a first down. Omari McCullough is a second-year Ram out of Adelanto. Landon Webster to Omari McCullough for 24 yards and another first down. Landon Webster, the 6'2", 220-pound freshman out of Goodwill Ed Center, completed 13 passes for 175 yards and the 1 touchdown against Glendale. Here are other sequences demonstrating how the Rams' offense looks when it clicks. Miguel Larios escapes the pass rush, picks up 6. Miguel Larios quick to Malik Kenny, former Hesperia Scorpion teammate. Good for a first down. Malik Kenny, 6'1", 175, second-year Ram. Quick pass to Deshaun Miner the other way, the gain of 20. Deshaun Miner, an Oak Hills graduate. Deshaun Miner demonstrating yak, yards after catch, turning this reception into a first down on the pitch from Miguel Larios. 4 catches for a team-high 71 yards for Deshaun Miner this game. Next game for the Rams, they host LA Valley Saturday. The 6 o'clock game is at Apple Valley High School's Newton T. Bass Stadium. This Victor Valley College Sports Report is presented by the Bradco Companies, Joseph W. Brady's Bradco Companies, the High Desert Mojave River Valley's longest-standing full-service commercial brokerage firm. Bradco, ardent supporters of the team's athletes and sports programs at Victor Valley College. Terry Kurtz here, inviting you to join us on Terry Kurtz Online, the half-hour report on High Desert and Mojave River Valley events and activities, entertainment, and history. It shows 3 times daily at 7:30 and 11:30 mornings and 4:30 in the afternoon, right here on Victor Valley TV, immediately following your High Desert Sports Report. It's the most informative and entertaining half-hour of High Desert television today. Your High Desert Sports Report is brought to you by Down Home Grill, corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Road in Victorville. Bid fast and last, world-class auctioneers. Valu Quality Truck Bodies, Joseph W. Brady's Bradco Companies, Iwanzak Law Firm, trial lawyers for serious problems. Silverwood, the developers of the Silverwood Master Planned Community. We Got 'em Tees, your headquarters for custom screen print printing and mastercraft embroidery design. And by the Holiday Inn in Victorville, Conference and Convention Center for the Victor Valley. The Holiday Inn supports our area's teams, schools, athletes, and sports programs. This is your High Desert Sports Report, the Victor Valley's only weekly action highlights sports program, covering our area's schools, teams, athletes, and sporting events.